Hey guys, let's talk about Cuscaden Reserve, which caused quite a bit of hoo-ha about 1 week ago. It was launched on the 16th of March. Then now we are doing this about 1 week later. And then we take a look at this article over here, which says there's about 1/3 of the buyers are below 35. This guy's 35 years old buying something that's way over $2 million. Are they just using the funds on their own or whatever? I don't think that really matters. But all of them are buying their first property. In this case, none of them pay ABSD other than the PRs, which are 5%, because only all first property. I don't think they have multiple property according to the caveats. And then there are even split of those that are buying for own stay and buying for investment. If they are buying for own stay, they really like the place. I've seen the condo is quite nice. It's a modern kind of feel as compared to the other one, which is a 19 Nassim. But it has its own appeal lah. But those buying for investment, later we'll look at some of the numbers and we'll decide from there. And it moved quite a lot because of the selling prices, which was slashed as much as 20%. Then before we move on, let's just make sure that whatever I share today is just based on my own research and due diligence and my own perspective. Make sure you do your own due diligence. And then, let's go ahead. This is the current update as of now. 40% sold. That means there are still 100 plus units that are unsold. What will happen? Will there be a further price drop for them to avoid ABSD? All these, we have no idea. So all these people that have already rushed in to buy, does it mean that there won't be any lower prices upcoming? It's a question mark, because it can be a falling knife. That's why, everyone wants cheapest price. Everyone wants to be the lowest price. But how do you know whether you are catching a falling knife or not? Later we'll take a look at some of the other examples. The ones that are more popular in this case will be the 2-bed per study, which is not cheap. If I remember correctly, it's about $3 million after the discount. Before the discount, well, later we take a look also. But this one is based on today's date. And based on all these, what we are seeing right now, 77%, 77 sold out of 192, which gives us about 40%. Not too shabby also. And the ones that we are looking at, these are the ones that are the post-fire sale. And then before all these are the before fire sale. These are the same stacks from what I see. Fifth floor transacted at this kind of price. The higher floors are transacted in this kind of price. Unfortunately for these guys, well, you really didn't do a due diligence. If you're buying for investment, I'm so sorry about this. Definitely not all these guys are buying for investment for sure. Because we take a look at this one. This guy is renting it out for $8,400 a month. He got in at the price of this, which gives a gross rental yield before costs at 2.9 for brand new development renting out at 2.91% gross yield. It's not good at all. Please get it right. $8,000 plus is not a small amount for sure, but with a considering entry price of this is definitely not attractive at all. And what we are seeing right now, since this one is the 92.6, then I think this is the because I can't really show you the stacks fully. That's why it can get a little bit confusing in that sense. But let's see. Okay, these guys, if I'm not wrong, is this guy. This guy is the one that got in and then rented it out at $8,400. His entry price is here. These guys got in also at a very high price. And then we see these guys, okay, this one 3,700, they got in 3,700, this one 3,800. These guys are not exactly very far lower down, and they got in at this kind of price, which in a way, if you go for stack by stack increment here and there, I don't think it's gonna be that much of an increment. So 6th floor difference of almost about $500,000 difference for 6th floor. Can't be, right? I would say probably safe for me to say that the value of this one hence dropped by about 450k. As for this one, probably dropped about 500k. Then that is your capital appreciation, or rather capital depreciation, unfortunately. If you have a drop of $450,000 for this particular unit at this renting at this kind of price, to rent out before causes, once you rent out after causes, I really have no idea how long these guys have to rent to fully cover this paper loss. Okay, but let's not take a look at the causes. We just take a look at the gross rental. It will take you 53.5 months just to cover. You need 4 years plus just to cover your capital loss before your buyer's stamp duty, before all your other causes. How is this an investment? Come on, guys. This is definitely not buying for own stay. You put it out for rental. The other two we don't have the unit data. So if we go back to this guy, it dropped by about 500k, 550k. Based on the rental yield, because since it's about the same, it's just a few floors, 10 floors higher, same unit layout, pretty much. Then if they rent out about the same, probably you say a higher floor, then a higher floor give you a few $100. But let's say we use this, simplify this, 8,000 floor. You're going to rent out for 65.5 months just to cover the gross amount before causes, and that translates to 5.5 years just to cover back the same amount. How is this an investment? Come on, guys. Unfortunately, that's why these guys are not really using the numbers, not using logic to look at investment. They are using buying, trying to convince themselves it's logical when they first bought with emotions. Sure, this is a nice place, this is an atas place, you buy because you have the money, but unfortunately, if you're looking at it really from an investment point of view, this is really not going to make the cut. These are the guys that got in. This is one of the smaller ones, rather lowest PSF in almost the whole thing. This one is okay, about 2,800 plus, and these are the lower ones that were transacted. The ones that I put here, all these red ones, are the ones that are the post fire sale. Before, all these are the pre fire sale. Unfortunately for these guys, are we gonna see further drops? I really have no idea. Do I recommend that you wait for the further drop? I don't think we should be catching up for thing live. Let's just put it for clearly. The fundamentals in this area are not strong enough, especially for this development, for you to be sinking in $3 million like this. It really doesn't make sense. Okay, and I'm not just talking about Cuscaden Reserve, I'm talking about quite a few others in the area as well. If you're looking in that area, unfortunately, I don't think this is the perfect area for you to be going in. Then, before we move further, let's just take a look at this article which came out about 1 week plus ago. Quite some fear, right? But if you look closely, there are quite a lot of differences. I'm not saying that all OCR are good. This guy jacked up the price after the Maju MRT came out a lot. This guy is actually a really small development. I don't believe it's just, OCR is good, OCCR is good, it's not good, RCR is not good. It really depends on what you are looking at. But generally, CCR are quite a large majority because there are so many freaking condos over there. How are you going to filter out? Do you know how to filter out? And especially you're sinking $3-4 million and above, do you want to be more careful with your money or not? Pasir Ris 8, surprise, is going to hit ABSD soon. But they don't have a lot of units. Do they have to drop the price to sell? It's a question mark. We don't know. But this is not a big problem. It's just 2 units. They can easily settle it. But this guy over here, Sophia Regency, has none of them sold. Crazy. This still has quite a lot that is unsold, and this was before the fire sale thing. Now it's about 40%. How are they going to clear the remaining 60%? I really have no idea. Are they going to drop price further? Maybe. Then for those people who really want to stay at the Orchard at, maybe, I don't know, maybe they drop to 2,000 PSF. Maybe by then it's a good buy, but we see. Do you think it will really drop to 2,000 PSF? I don't know. Remember, it's still quite a decaying list, huh? Okay, that's pretty much the article that we wanted. Let's not bore yourself with this article. The increment in the unsold stock is not exactly very significant to be worried about. If they are talking about this kind of increment, then this is going to be really significant during that era when I will believe most people watching this video, you still remember the era lah. Then after that, people started buying a lot, especially during the COVID period. And we look further at CCR. This one, St. Regis Residences Penthouse, $15.5 million, flops after 3 auctions. Even after 3 auctions, price went down by 14%. Nobody wanted to take. The two main reasons that we are seeing over here is the 60% ABSD, which has been a big killer, and also the crackdown on the money laundering. This CCR obviously would have been a favorite place for money laundering over the years. But because of these two main power moves by the government, that's why it has kind of like slowed all these purchases by all these super rich. Are they clean rich, dirty rich? We really don't know. There's a lot of things ongoing in Singapore apparently. But we don't exactly have to know. We just have to acknowledge that all these are happening in Singapore, and probably that's why the government is trying to do something about it, which is good. So, is this going to be a fire sale that you are looking for, or should you be waiting for? Maybe if you enter this kind of budget, maybe. But we'll see again. Look at the chart. Last time it used to be there is almost like 20 years ago kind of thing. Went up to this kind of price, they came back up. If you see it like this, or after all you are entering more towards the lower end, does this give you confidence in entering CCR after so many years when the market, you look at the PPI has been something like this, but your property has been like this? How is it going to give you confidence? Those people that are saying, there's a lot of confidence in CCR. These are faces lah, unfortunately. Some people just they really believe that CCR is really everything. They can afford to lose the money, then by all means, I think they deserve to be like this. Well, and we of course see news like this also. Boulevard 88 makes 3.5 million. This is super impressive after 3 years. Topping Q4 resale gains. Q4, we're talking about Q4 2022. Fourth quarter of 2022 went up to 4924 PSF. And this article is more than 1 year ago. And this is where all the CCR bulls will be coming in, being more, arrogant or whatever. Hey, see, come on, we have been talking about CCR. We've been believing in CCR. This is how it goes, man. And when they look at this chart, of course, Boulevard 88 went up. And this is where they become, 嚣张 because CCR, if you see up, CCR confidence comes in, right? But remember, this is 2022 Q4. Then we see what happened. When they see all this, then they be like, put themselves first mover. They want to catch all the gains. You're going to catch all the gains. You're going to catch them all, right? Catch all the gains, and then what happens now? Our dear Luke over here, is going to be quite a thing that you're going to be seeing for the next few slides. Then the other one will be Mark and Patterson, which same thing again. All the hopefuls came at the show flat, follow all the hypes, which we are seeing so much. Let not mention Jaden. All these are in recent months. We're only talking about recent months. Hugh Haven, maybe not as much. The percentage sold is not as high, but there are still crowds of people at the show flat. Then, when it reaches this level, naturally we had a proud little goat over here again. And then what happens? We have constant slides. We see our dear Luke for a lot of times. Then we see a emotional Jordan over here because prices managed to go up. And then prices managed to go up a little bit more before you get touched again. What happens? Our Luke appears for Mark and Patterson. This one we already talked about it. We already talked about it just now, Boulevard 88. And I think it kind of speaks for itself. This is a roller coaster ride. Do you want to put yourself in a roller coaster ride? Are you able to let your assets risk the roller coaster ride? If you can, then by all means, please enter CCR, because you are obviously not buying for investment. You are buying more because you want to satisfy a desire to own a piece in Singapore's core central region. Then, of course, before we think about all these guys over here, these guys are not exactly the most the worst in this case. You got this particular project again in the west side. I shall not mention the name again. This is a one beta hitting 2800 PSF. Of course, I think there are others, but I'm just looking at only one page. I'm not going to be screenshotting all the different pages. Just these pages, this page alone, the more recent ones that are transacted. 2 bedrooms already almost 2.3. There are some that already transacted 2.38 and above, or about 2.4 million for 2 beta. I think this is quite insane. 3 bedroom people are paying Jurong 3.33 million. So thanks to these guys, the rest of Singapore, I think we are quite safe. If we have to die, if our investments have to die, unfortunately, I think we won't be the first one. These guys will be the first to go. So ultimately, before you line up at the show flat and then buy in all the hype, think about it again. Are you camping at the wrong development or not? Are you going to be putting a check and then ending up like our dear little Luke over here? Are you going to end up like our dear little Jordan over here? Please think very, very wisely. So it's not about your salary or your income that makes you rich. It's how you spend your money. If you do buy this one or these guys over here, I think that goes without saying you're rich. It's how you spend your money. I think you're really rich. So when you know you're that rich that you're gonna be buying all these and then still cheering at the show flat that you're getting 2,800 plus PSF, I really have no idea, but I think you really deserve a salute from the rest of us. So make sure you do your due diligence. Be very careful about what you buy. If you are really clueless or you feel that there's a lot of pressure from external factors, from here and there, from family, from agents, from friends or whatever, you feel that there's a lot more to it than what the conventional people say, but you really have no idea, feel free to reach out, and definitely I'm very confident I can help. So, but make sure you have to be logical. If you're coming in with an emotional stand, then I don't think I can help you for sure. I think there are many people who are very willing to satisfy your emotional desires for a CR or whichever other emotional properties. But if you're looking for a pure logical decision, especially when you're at the age where you really want to grow your money, then feel free to reach out. Okay, that will be all we have for today. See you guys. Bye bye.